Why are so many Westerners moving to Southeast Asia these days? There must be a reason. Today I wanted to give you a few huge reasons why you might want to consider moving to Southeast Asia. I was a guy who was stuck in his parents' basement, looking to get out of there, looking to live the tropical beach lifestyle, looking to make a lot of money, looking to live like a king. I wanted this so bad. And I'll never forget the vision board I had back then. It was like in 2008, 2009. I had a vision board with tropical beaches and, all the kinds of things that I wanted to have in my life. And back then, those things were practically impossible. And I will never forget putting together this vision board and how I was looking for the most tropical beaches. I was looking for the most tropical lifestyle. And I found some really cool photos from beaches in the Philippines, and I put them on the vision board. It was pure joy putting this together. And I was looking at it all the time. I was like just envisioning the day was going to come when I was going to be in Southeast Asia and when I was going to be enjoying all the things that I had on my vision board. That was a big inspiration to me personally. And I also was really looking to make money, to save money, to pay less in taxes. So all those were huge incentives for me back then. Taking a look at the tropical beach lifestyle. Can you have that in the United States? And the answer is maybe, maybe not. Unless you live on the island of Hawaii, Puerto Rico, or possibly the US Virgin Islands, if you will, you may not have it. I mean, you could have it in Florida, but the beaches in Florida aren't that great. I've been around Florida and it wasn't too inspirational. Plus the high cost of living, if you're trying to build a business, or if you don't want to care about money too much, if you don't want to make millions of dollars, are you going to be able to afford that kind of life in Florida, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, or any of the other fancy places the US has to offer? And the answer is probably no. If you take a look at Europe, Europe doesn't have any tropical beaches at all. You can really only have that tropical beach lifestyle, in Southeast Asia, the Caribbean. You can have it probably, in Africa, certain places like Zanzibar, you can have it there. But other than that, there isn't a whole lot of other places that have this kind of life, with the crystal clear water, beaches with crystal clear water, and just humidity and great weather. You don't have that anywhere else. I was so inspired by that. And I know a lot of you are inspired by that as well. You want to have all these things, but not for a lot of money. And in Asia, you can have that. You can have the tropical beach vacation for little money. You can fly into Phuket, you can fly to the Philippines, and you can find, a $30 a night hotel right on the beach. Let's talk about another point here, which is saving money. I think a lot of places in Southeast Asia are just perfect if you want to build a business, if you want to save money, if you want to increase your net worth, if you want to live a low-cost life while you still get a lot of bang for the buck, if you want to live like a king on little money, then Southeast Asia is where you want to be. If you spend $3,000 a month, net, $3,000 a month in the US, the purchasing power $3,000 a month gives you in the US equals the purchasing power of $700 to $1,200 in Asia. That is just how it is. And let's not count all the other positive points in that you get when you live in Southeast Asia, like the hot weather, the cheap food, the dating. There's just so much more that flows into it, where you'd say, wow, I can't miss out on this at all. It's just there and I can't ignore it. The cost of living is a big part. If you're struggling to pay the bills while you're trying to build a business, you're going to have a tough time building that business. That is something that I learned very early on. And I know it's a reason why a lot of people move to Southeast Asia, because it's very difficult to build a business in an expensive city, where you have to really struggle to get by, and even if you spend a couple grand a month on housing, on food, on insurance and clothing and all those things, you're still not happy because you can't enjoy life, so you spend a couple thousand, you don't even live, it's just survival. Whereas if you spend $2,000 in Asia, you have a great lifestyle. You have a great lifestyle. You can eat out 2 to 3 times a day. You can go for massages, you can go to spas, you can have a pedicure, you can have all those things for little money, which you were not able to afford back home. And the same really holds true for Europe as well. It really holds true for that as well. Building a business in Asia is a wise choice if you're just starting out and if you want to save money, if you want to just live on little, then this is a great place to do it. If you're inspired by Asian food, if you're inspired by the Orient, by what it has to offer, then going to Asia sounds like a good deal to you. It sounds natural. It sounds like the right thing to do. And that's also what it was for me personally. I was inspired by the cultural differences. I was inspired by the fact that I had to adjust in order to live in a different region on this planet. There's a lot of people that are unwilling to do that, or that, do it with resentment, but for me it just felt so natural. I was just so blessed. I was so joyful. I was so committed to go in there, learn a lot, understand how people think, just take a look at all the details. Why do people act differently in Asia than they do in Europe? I always found that Asians are very modest, they're very respectful of us Westerners because they see us as maybe superior. I'm not saying this now in a bragging way or in a like, oh, you're less than me way. No, absolutely not. But I'm saying it in a way that they're very respectful. They think we have achieved a lot and they want to learn from us. They're very curious and they listen well. Like most Asians I've ever talked to, they listen well. They're going to sit there respectfully. They're going to be quiet. They're going to look you in the eyes and they're going to listen with interest, with enthusiasm, because they want to learn about your culture. They want to learn about your background. They want to learn about your path, where you came from, how you ended up here, why you like their country so much. And you can see the passion in their eyes when you tell them how much you love their country. So this is something that inspired me, and I was always interested in adapting to a different environment. Seemed natural to me. I was already like that when I was like in my teens. My parents brought me on vacation to many different countries, and I was so interested in learning, what made a culture unique, and the habits they had, and I was just curiously listening to everything they had to say. So a lot of people are inspired by the difference, by the challenge that they can embrace when they settle in Southeast Asia. No doubt the dating scene is another big reason why Westerners end up in Southeast Asia. It's just easier. It's an easier dating environment than it is in the US, than it is in Europe, especially with feminism being on the rise. And maybe you're already a bit older and you're looking to get married, you're looking to have kids, and you probably know that it's gonna be a little bit tough to achieve it back home because you are older, and finding a much younger woman is a lot more difficult back home than it is in Southeast Asia or Latin America. That's just a matter of fact. It's not something that I make up, it's just a matter of fact. So for a lot of people that wanna have a family, want to start a family, they want to go there, live a great life, they see this as a key benefit. Dating is a big plus in Latin America, in Southeast Asia, in Africa, because age doesn't matter. If you happen to be a guy nomad, then dating Southeast Asian women is a key benefit in case you want to move to Southeast Asia. What about if you are a woman, a nomad girl? How'd that affect your decision as to where to live and perform your life and business? I think this is a really important question because some people say that Western women aren't too inclined to date Asian men. I found that to be true in some instances and not so true in others. But even if you want to date Western men, if you want to date Western digital nomads, they are in Southeast Asia. There's a ton of them. In each country at any given time, there's thousands of digital nomads. With that being said, it is also a good dating environment for a Western woman. And the last point I wanted to discuss with you is the community. Doesn't matter where you go, kind of place you're looking for, you probably want to have some sort of community. And when I say community, I mean like-minded individuals who are in the same line of business, who are interested in the same craft as you are interested in. There is just hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, wandering around the region that are digital nomads, that have some kind of internet business. They are YouTubers, they are crypto investors, they are product creators, they are freelancers, remote workers. They are working in all kinds of different fields. And if you end up in a place like Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Philippines, Bali, Indonesia, you're going to find an endless amount of like-minded individuals. And I think that's very cool, not just to sit together, come together, talk about business, talk about how you can scale, how you can make more money. Well, that's one aspect of it, but another aspect of it is just to go out there and build stronger bonds. You're going to find people that are in the same line of business that also have other interests in common with you. That's a very powerful thing to accomplish because you have a solid foundation, you have a person you can talk about a lot of things with, and you can also do things with them together. This is very cool, and you can also obviously make friends with locals, but the best friendships that I have made overseas in Southeast Asia were relationships, were friendships with like-minded individuals. They're poker players, they're internet marketers, they're tech entrepreneurs, they're YouTubers. Like, I made so many friendships, and I'm very grateful for that, because I highly doubt that I would have achieved the same result had I stayed in my home country. What do you think about living the Southeast Asia routine? Are there any key benefits that I forgot to mention in this video? If so, leave a comment below and let us know. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm uploading new videos on digital nomad locations, travel updates, visas, crypto advice, and business advice several times a week right now. I highly recommend that you grab a free copy of my ebook Nomad Elite, the Insider's Guide to Retaining a Life of Freedom. All you need to do is click on the link below the video. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos. Thank you for watching.